Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Beth with Create with Beth. Today in the beginning card making series that I'm doing, my Card Making 101, we're going to be talking about adhesives. So adhesives are a very important part of your card making journey. It's obviously how you put your card together and make everything stick. And you may be wondering why you need different adhesives in your craft room. The short answer is you don't, but you may want to have different adhesives because they do different things. So I'm going to go over some of those things with you today. So the most popular, commonly used type of adhesive is going to be your tape runner. This one is from Stampin' Up. It's Stamp and Seal. There are a variety of different tape runners out there at different price points. You can find them at Walmart, many other places. So this is probably your most popular type of adhesive that you're going to find in your craft rooms today. And this is fine. This can do pretty much everything you need it to do. However, there are some times when you're going to want to use a liquid adhesive instead, and that comes into play when you're working with small little die cut pieces, intricate designs, and things like that. So the tape runner is one adhesive, but liquid adhesive is something that I think you're really going to want to have in your craft room. Again, there are lots of different brands out there, different places to get them. So I'm going to go over a few of those for you today. Tombow Mono Liquid Glue is a very popular adhesive that you will find in many people's craft rooms. It is a permanent adhesive, which means you stick it down and it's going to be stuck. You can get a temporary adhesives also in the tape runner. You can get that. And the reason you might want to have a temporary adhesive is if you just want to momentarily stick something down and then be able to pull it up. That's where temporary comes in handy. So you might want to have that in your craft room. So the Tombow Mono Liquid Glue comes with two tips. It comes with a fine tip and a broad tip. I don't think I've ever used the broad tip, but yeah, that's it's a good adhesive to use. Then you have some other brands. On the economical end, you have Scotch Create Permanent Tacky Glue, which you can find just about anywhere at Walmart and different places. This is a nice, inexpensive alternative to use for liquid glue. So there's that one. Then Barely Art Precision Craft Glue is super popular. This comes with a really teeny tiny, and I can't get my pen out here, fine tip for using some really intricate die cuts and things, and you have a pen that you stick back in it to keep it from drying out. Then Art Glitter Glue is another really popular adhesive. Again, it has the fine tip, and you have your pen that you put in there to keep it from drying out. So those are a couple of really popular ones. Stampin' Up! Has their own brand. I am guessing they still have this. I don't really know for sure, but this is another fine tip glue pen that you can get to use, and it also has a little pin that goes in there. It's very important that you use that to keep your fine tip from drying out. Another really popular thing that just came out recently is the glue gun press from My Sweet Petunia. This is one of my favorites that I use now. It has the glue sets in here, and this is Nouveau glue, in case you're wondering what kind. And it has, again, the fine tip. And when you're using it, you just stick your lid down there. This sits in here like this, and you pick it up and you use it, and it's really good for people who might have arthritis and have a hard time using a regular glue bottle. So that is a nice option to have in your stash. Now I have to get my pen back in here. This is tricky. This is the tricky part about There we go. All right, so we got that in there. So that's that. That's some of our more popular adhesives. Let me show you some more that you might want to have in your stash. These are glue dots, and these come on a roll, and they're just little dots of glue. And these are great for adding ribbon to your cards and things and different embellishments. So definitely invest in some glue dots to keep in your stash. They're very inexpensive, and you can find them just about anywhere. These ones are from Hobby Lobby. And then you have double-sided tape. This is another adhesive that is really good to use. I like to use double-sided tape if I am watercoloring and I want to have a really good, like sometimes when you watercolor, the paper gets a little bit warped, and this will hold your paper down really well. Also, if you're making boxes and treat holders, then double-sided tape is awesome to use. I highly recommend that you have some of this in your stash and use it. You can see I barely have any left. This particular one is Terran tape. Let me see. I don't know where I put my other. I have some more and I don't know where I put it, but the Terran tape is from Stampin' Up, and it just basically you stick it on and tear it, and you don't need to use scissors or anything, so that's really convenient. So there's that one. Then a couple other different adhesives that you have are foam adhesives, and these are for popping things up when you want to give some added dimension to your cards. These particular ones are Stampin' Dimensionals. There are tons of different brands out there that you can use, find and use from all sorts of different places. So shop around for the best price and what style you like. I like the Stampin' Dimensionals because they are a hexagon shape, which makes them fit like lots of different shapes really easily. So I have the Stampin' Dimensionals. The other thing that you might want to invest in are some strips, adhesive foam strips. These are great for using on sentiments when you have a very slim piece that you want to put on your card, and for making shaker cards, which is a fun thing to make too. So these are just some basic adhesives that you might want to have in your craft room. All different kinds, all different price points. Where can you get them? Well, Amazon is a really great place to go for adhesives. You can get, I got most of mine, in fact, at Amazon. So check that out. Walmart, again, will have basic adhesives. Stampin' Up, scrapbook.com, of course, you know I was going to mention that. So yeah, one other thing that you might want to have in your stash, talking about adhesive, I can't say that word. I don't know why. Adhesives is this little thing here. And what this is a little eraser. Sometimes you get adhesive where you don't want it on your card, and you can take this eraser and run it across that little boo-boo and make it disappear. These are very inexpensive. You can find them all over the place. It's just an adhesive eraser. So definitely something like this you're going to want to add to your stash. All right, I hope that helps answer your questions about adhesives. If you haven't already checked out my earlier videos in this card making series, go back and check those out. And stay tuned for the next one. We'll see you next time. Please like and subscribe. Bye.